What if the biggest enemy you'll ever face isn't someone out there in the world, but something living inside your own mind? Today I want to share a story that completely changed how I think about discipline, honesty, and the quiet war we fight with ourselves every single day. Stay with me, because the twist at the end of this story is something you genuinely won't see coming. There was once a young man named Jake. He lived in a small town, struggled every day just to survive, and carried himself with one thing that most people around him had lost over time: his integrity. Every morning he woke up with nothing guaranteed: no stable job, no comfort, no safety net. But he held on to his values like they were the only currency he actually owned. One afternoon, after a long, exhausting day of finding absolutely nothing, Jake was walking home when an old man called out to him asking for help. The old man had 3 heavy bags and needed to travel to the next village. He offered Jake 3 gold coins just to carry 1 bag. Jake agreed immediately. Not for the money, honestly, but because that's just who he was. And here's where the story gets really interesting. As they walked together, Jake noticed something. The old man kept watching him, studying him. Every time they reached a new obstacle, whether it was a river crossing or a steep hill, the old man would ask Jake to carry more bags, offer more coins, but always add a warning. "Promise me you won't run away. Don't betray me. I can't trust easily." Jake kept getting frustrated. He told the old man he wasn't a thief. He even shared a story about leaving a perfectly decent job at a loan company because they asked him to falsify records. He walked away from financial security just to keep his conscience clean. That's the kind of man he was. But here's where everything changes, and I want you to pay very close attention to this part. The old man gave Jake the 3rd bag, the one supposedly filled with gold, and asked him to walk over the hill and wait on the other side, while he followed slowly. Jake started climbing, and for the first time in this entire journey he was completely alone, and the thoughts came. First it was quiet, just a whisper. "You could run right now. He's old, he can't catch you." Then it got louder. "You'd be set for life. You'd finally have everything you've been working toward." Then it built into a full story. His mind was spinning. "You deserve this. You've suffered enough. Think about what your life could look like." And Jake ran. He got home, tore open the bags, and found nothing but stones. Inside one of the bags was a note. It read that the old man was actually the king of that region. He had no heir. He had been searching for an honest person worthy enough to adopt as a son and inherit his throne. Had Jake simply waited on the other side of that hill, his entire life would have transformed forever. Read that again slowly. Jake was genuinely honest. He had proven it repeatedly throughout that very same journey. He crossed rivers, carried impossible weight, defended his character out loud. But in one unguarded moment, when nobody was watching and temptation had time to breathe, his own thoughts led him away from the greatest opportunity of his life. This is the lesson that I think most people sleep on completely. We spend so much energy trying to manage our behavior, the things people can see. But behavior starts somewhere. Every action you take today was first a thought you entertained yesterday. And the tricky part is that thoughts don't announce themselves as dangerous. They start small, quiet, reasonable even, and then they compound. There's an idea that goes like this: your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits become the entire architecture of your life. Which means if you want to change your life at the root level, you have to go back to the very beginning of that chain and start there. Discipline isn't just about pushing through hard things externally. Real discipline is the ability to notice a destructive thought rising inside you, pause, and consciously choose not to follow it. That's the hardest kind of work there is, because it's invisible and nobody gives you credit for it. Jake lost a kingdom not because he was a bad person, but because he stopped watching his own mind for just a few unguarded minutes. You are going to face moments exactly like that. Maybe not a literal king with a bag of gold, but moments where nobody is watching, where the temptation makes total logical sense, and where the whisper says you deserve more than this. In those moments, your thoughts are either your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy. Which one they become is entirely up to you.